Logan Paul has finally responded to Coffeezilla's 3-part takedown of his crypto scam, Crypto Zoo. But it didn't go exactly how he thought it would. Last night on Twitter, Logan Paul finally responded to all of Coffeezilla's accusations with this tweet. In the tweet, we see Logan Paul extend an offer to Coffeezilla, asking him to come on to the Impulsive podcast, which is Logan Paul's podcast, so that they can discuss everything that happened involving Crypto Zoo. Soon after Logan Paul released his tweet, Coffeezilla released a tweet of his own, exposing Logan Paul outright for being a liar. So obviously in the initial tweet, Logan Paul made it seem as though he was just extending this olive branch to Coffeezilla, trying to be courteous and trying to do the right thing by inviting him onto the show so that they can talk. However, in Coffeezilla's response, we see that Coffee was actually the first one requesting that Logan Paul come on to his show. And, of course, he was not given a response until Logan released this tweet. Actually, in Coffeezilla's initial email to Logan Paul, we see that Coffee invited not only Logan Paul, but Eddie Ibanez and Crypto King to come onto the show as well, so that all of them can explain their side of it. In doing this, Coffeezilla was essentially trying to get everybody to come together in one setting, sit down, and have a man-to-man talk about exactly how things went bad, where the breakdowns were, why no one told the fans what was going on, and hopefully, Logan would be able to, face-to-face with fans, explain exactly why it was that this entire scheme robbed them out of their money. In fact, Coffeezilla even offered to live stream the entire thing, offering to donate all of the proceeds of the live stream, meaning all the money donated and any revenue garnered by the live stream would go to the victims who lost hundreds of thousands of dollars from this scam. Coffeezilla ended the Twitter thread with a kind of funny post saying that we should all remember what they took from us. And in doing that, he posted a picture of Logan Paul's infamous crypto scam, Dink Doink, another pump and dump scheme that Logan Paul endorsed to his young impressionable fans before selling off all of the crypto, making millions himself, but leaving his fans to earn scraps, if anything. Now, it really should be no surprise to us that this is happening, involving another scheme with Logan Paul, another instance of Logan Paul being exposed for exactly what he is. A sociopath. Logan Paul has had many seemingly irredeemable offenses on social media in the past, and yet somehow he always seems to climb back into the heart of his fans. If we want to take a trip back to memory lane, we can all remember the Japan incident, something that I don't want to have to tell the story about again. However, I probably will have to for those of you who don't know. The Japan incident refers to Logan Paul's infamous blunder where he traveled to Japan and he visited the suicide forest in Japan. Now, obviously, trying to get as much views as possible, Logan Paul actually recorded a dead body hanging from a tree, and because, of course, that would garner clicks during that time, he posted it live on YouTube for his young, impressionable fans to see. Now, of course, through a lot of apologizing and laboring, Logan Paul got his fans to forgive him, and a lot of this actually came at the expense, sort of his dear friend now, KSI. Through the first 2 fights that they had, the first fight ending in a draw, and the second fight ending in a unanimous decision win for KSI, Logan Paul had seemed to redeem himself by coming back from this irredeemable mistake that he made and actually physically fighting his way back into the heart of his fans. Now, Logan Paul seems to be in everyone's good graces, and it's shown through the multiple millions of dollars he's been able to make, not only through his crypto scams, but also through his partnership with KSI and Prime Hydration. Prime Energy Drink has been a massive stream of income for Logan Paul because he infiltrated a market that was seemingly untapped by YouTubers. And in collaboration with KSI, they have been able to establish one of the biggest, if not the biggest, YouTube brands in existence. However, now that we're approaching the end of 2022, it's as if time has sort of ticked back in Logan's favor, and everyone's starting to see him for exactly what he is again, a sociopath. Someone that doesn't necessarily care about the type of attention that he's getting or the type of money that he's getting, as long as he's getting those two things. His sociopathic tendencies have began to show to the light, and his fans are now remembering exactly why it was that they had lost taste for the flavor of Logan Paul before. And not only his fans, but his critics are starting to come back out in droves again. And it seems that all the things that Andrew Tate was saying about him are coming true in real time. So the question remains, should we be surprised by Logan Paul's actions? Should we be surprised that Logan Paul is involved in another blunder that is supposedly ruining his reputation? In my personal opinion, not at all. I think that Logan Paul has showed us from time and time again that as long as he is getting the clout, the relevance, and getting the money, the riches, he is perfectly fine no matter what type of attention he is getting. He has been in one of the worst possible situations an influencer can be in, and he's climbed back, and he's gotten his fans to love him regardless. So do you think that his ego is really going to take a hit now? Do you think that he's really going to back down now? At the end of the day, all this guy really cares about is, again, relevancy and money. As long as he's got those two things, he's perfectly fine with what he's doing, and he won't stop doing it. Of course he could have stopped after Dink Doink. Of course he could have, but did he? Absolutely not. And he didn't even plan to stop after CryptoZoo because he was going to announce yet another project until Coffeezilla called him out on his old one. The examples at this point are stacking up against Logan Paul. And it's really, really, really funny if you actually take a step back and think about it. I mean, this guy has been called out for tasing dead rats on camera. Yes, that is a real thing. If you don't believe me, please look it up. The Japan forest incident. The guy even claimed that as a trend for a month, he would go gay, as if being gay is just some trend that he can just participate in for a month, abandon afterwards, just as some fun sport. We've got Dink Doink, CryptoZoo, and hell, who knows? Maybe he's even doing some shady stuff behind KSI's back with Prime. Who knows? YouTuber Kavos actually took to Twitter to discuss the whole situation and praise Coffeezilla for his brave heroics in exposing Logan Paul. And in doing this, he also called Logan Paul out for the longtime scammer that he has been and defamed his name. Kavos actually posed a great question in his most recent video where he asked exactly what does this mean for KSI. It was a great question that he posed, but fans seemed not to take a liking to it. As you guys know, Logan Paul does business with KSI. They are both promoters for Prime Hydrate or Prime Energy Drink, and they are both responsible for the company's success. So with Logan Paul's recent blunder and recent destruction by Coffeezilla, does Prime take a hit here as well? Does KSI take a hit? It's actually a very good question that Kavos poses, and I don't think he should be getting backlash for it. KSI, are you going to keep this guy in your company? Are you going to continue to do business with someone who has recently been exposed for being a scam artist? Because if you do, and I know you don't have a good reputation for this, and you don't have a bad reputation for it either. Your reputation has been flawless when it comes to business moves. So, will you keep him with you? Will Logan Paul stay on your business team? And it's going to be very, very interesting to see as the new year rolls over what happens with Prime, KSI, and Logan Paul. Do you think they'll stay together? Or do you think that the company is going to have to take a new direction away from Logan Paul, especially as Coffeezilla delves deeper into this in the new year? That's going to be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this style of video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe as it really helps the channel and boosts our video into the algorithm. For now, and until later, Dreamers out.